Welcome back, so happy to see you again, and today I'll show you how I use ChatGPT for maximum productivity, and also in the end discuss how you and everyone can use ChatGPT in general, because productivity is different for everyone and I haven't heard anyone talk about it. And because I make videos like these every single day, I optimize my ChatGPT usage around that. And if you want to summarize my process in 2 words, I would say thinking partner. As you can see, I'm having a bit of a dialogue with ChatGPT, just pushing ideas and getting back some feedback on it. Also make outlines on titles or video ideas that I have. And I also use ChatGPT for examples. It's a very big one since it can be quite hard to illustrate what you want to say at any given moment. And it's also very good at generating stories and also counter arguments, because it's so easy to be our own head. But it's more than just a thinking partner. It can be a personal coach and also a best friend. So of course it fulfills some social needs here and there. But if you talk about YouTube, of course has to mention things like titles and thumbnails and description. It's very good at providing alternative titles, I must say. But other than that, I also use ChatGPT for the more consumption part, because you want to read and you want to listen and so forth. When you are on YouTube, you can see the transcript over here and you can simply copy it, throw it into ChatGPT, and it will summarize the entire video for you. So video that normally, if you do in 1x speed, takes around 5 minutes, now you can do it in roughly 15 to 30 seconds depending on ChatGPT. And the same goes for book summaries. You can even summarize each chapter, which is extremely cool. You don't need to buy books anymore. And the same goes for articles. And speaking of articles, having research to back up what you're saying is paramount. So this is why I use ChatGPT for too. It can even provide the links to the papers or meta-analysis that you can see right here, which to me is absolutely awesome. I cannot tell you how much time it saves, but if I have to go to Google Scholar and check and so forth, I can allow ChatGPT to do the hard work. And then I can base my arguments around that. And the last thing before we go into the productivity discussion in general is the more repurposing aspect. In my case, I use the same transcript again and allow ChatGPT to make an article out of it, which I then can post on Medium. And you can even write it as a Twitter thread or LinkedIn post or stuff like that. It's very powerful for that. So now I talked about how I use ChatGPT, and of course it's going to be different for everyone. And when it comes to productivity, it's all about getting what you want per unit of time. That's the definition. One very effective model when it comes to productivity is the theory constraints. If you imagine a normal chain, it's only the weakest link that determines how strong the chain overall, not the strongest link. And that's ideally what you should be using ChatGPT for, to allow you to solve that bottleneck as soon as possible. For all the content I watch regarding ChatGPT, it mostly revolves around code and business and so forth, because that's the more lucrative part. If that is not what you're optimizing for, then it's probably not the most productive option. You're better off reinvesting in what you already know. But of course, having this powerful AI open up so many opportunities. Think of it like internet, in which you can do everything. And since you can do everything, in order to not be overwhelmed, I think it's very important to know what you want and how you can use ChatGPT to not see it as a gimmick, but instead being an extremely helpful guide and helpful feedback for what you want. And as you can see on the productivity blueprint, which I'm at the moment working on, this is the best model I've come up with after 3.5 years. It's something that you can deploy ChatGPT to ask, okay, what do I want? How can I get there? How can I make sure to do it every day? How can I avoid distractions and so forth? And of course, being better at things like prompt engineering, ask better questions will of course yield the best answers. I want to finish off with this. If you're growing in the right way, if you're solving the right bottleneck all the time, you can be as explosive as AI. And what do I mean by that? I notice myself whenever I focus on the most important skills, so the most important efficiencies, let's say in my case speaking, then I could see rapid growth. It's all coming down to the theory constraints again. When you have the weakest links and working it up, and then you see this exponential curve going up. But again, find out what's holding you back and really make sure to hone in your attention and ChatGPT on that. That's what I want to say. As always, let me know in the comments how you use ChatGPT so we can all learn from each other. And since it's a very important trend, there are going to be multiple videos about that. ChatGPT, other AI tools, and productivity. I'll see the video right here, and always remember that you're the most amazing human being alive.